Sports welcomes you to Friartown, Providence, Rhode Island for the Gavit tip-off games. Big East versus the Big Ten tonight. Game one of our triple header on FS1 as Providence hosts Wisconsin. Always a fun event to kick off the season. Always fun to sit courtside with the governor, Bill Raftery. Alex Faust here with you. Two teams, different styles. Wisconsin trying to get back to the NCAA tournament. Providence in a new era under head coach Kim English.
Like Greg Gard trying to play a little bit quicker, but he's searching for that balance, and he better have that balance tonight. Providence is getting up and down. Woo-woo.
Yeah, it's
a lot of fast breaks.
A little bit different from what we're used to with the Friars. Jeep starting lineups here. There's only one. Bryce Hopkins, preseason first team All-Big East, legit All-American candidate entering the season. And Josh Aduro, transfer from George Mason, came over with Kim English. He is a beast down low. Chucky Hepburn is the leading scorer for Wisconsin. Of course, this event, which has been so great, a celebration of the history of the sport. And of course, the legendary Dave Gavit, the former head coach here, the former athletic director here, and the founding father of the Big East. Providence and Wisconsin underway as the Badgers control the opening tip.
Alex Faust, nice to be back with you as we watch Providence go a little.
We'll see a lot of that tonight.
And they all stand here until the first ringing of the bell by the Friars. A little high-low inside game, very important. And this kid's Store is an offensive talent. He's got to play within himself.
A.J. Store, formerly of St. John's, comes up empty on the opening possession. Jaden Pierre has been a nice addition for Providence over the last couple of years. Led the Friars on Saturday, but a turnover for PC. That could be an issue. It has been in the early going.
He can make it. They're going to let him take it, but he can ring the bell crowd out there. They do a great job defensively. Excuse me, Alex, on that last trip defensively. The gap, look at all this help on the dribble drive.
Hopkins. Even in a game where he wasn't at his best, he can bully his way to the rim, and he does to get everybody seated.
Boy, he is a strong young guy. Tough. Got to get that little hand hedge to help out. Klesman, kid who can ring the bell. Love that dribble, handoff, pin down. This is their little series. Some people call it a flex, swing, and they do it great.
Hepburn, 70 consecutive starts since joining the Badgers as a true freshman. Too strong, and a rebound pulled down by Aduro and over the back, however, is called.
They really did a good job trying to block out Crowd, who made a great effort, a gained effort. Kim English not very happy with the call. Interesting day for us, huh? Sit down on the scout.
It's pretty cool. Quick inbounds pass, three from the corner off the mark. They did all the homework for us.
He did. Didn't have any prep coming in. We're in good shape. Pierre can ring the bell deep, doing a solid job. And of course, Carter out here on the top. Very aggressive player, full of energy.
Here's Aduro. He's a load to handle.
Look at the help.
Quick kick, Pierre.
That's interesting. Carter ran back as though it was automatic. Big time stroke.
Pierre with 16 on Saturday. Providence 2-0 on the season. Wisconsin lost on Friday to Tennessee. Rick Barnes, the head coach there, former head man here at Providence. Badgers.
Look at this hustle.
Turnover and two. It is Gaines who rips it away. And this will go back to the Badgers. Great hustle from the Friars.
I will look for Wisconsin to get involved with Wall in the low box area now. Establish his game. See if they get a little high-low going. But look at the collective defense here. Store just a little too deep, indecisive at a critical time.
If there was one thing we heard from Kim English in that scout is you better bring the fight tonight.
This is where he is tough. They're saying he always loves his right shoulder, and he does.
Wall goes there and misfires.
Little blur screen, drag screen early.
Devin Carter, the runner in the lane, counted in a foul.
Yeah, Hepburn really went for the ball screen, gave that open opportunity on the dribble drive, and who better than Carter? They caught in that screen, little feathery delivery, and a chance for three.
You want to talk about a tough customer.
Love this kid. Emotes. Plays every minute as hard as possible.
Kim English said after getting to watch his film and getting to know him, he's the toughest kid he's ever coached. Misfires at the line, 7-0 start.
High praise.
Klesmit turns it over. Gaines jumped the lane.
A little too deep of a delivery. That's where he is good.
Hopkins left it short though. John Blackwell, the true freshman, to bring it up.
They are really happy about him. He's going to be a nice player in this program. A little high-low.
Badgers in their half-court set. Blackwell starts the scoring for Wisconsin.
Tell you what, he can put it on the deck too. Another Rice. Pretty nice.
He certainly earned some playing time and some minutes in the early going. Freshman from Highland Park, Michigan.
Kim thinks Gaines is the kind of a guy, calming effect for this team too. An easy look for him though. Goodness, he's not been making the three a lot lately. Last few games.
Now Hopkins trying to find his shooting stroke. Hepburn, step back, got it.
Well, we watched that today. He is terrific with his footwork. Big time knock.
Leading score at 17 on the season per game. I'm hoping he could take another step this season. Lost a little weight in the offseason. Try to get that first step a little quicker.
Little pin down series here. Tough again. He comes off that in a blur. Little pin by Adoro. Set him up.
Great crowd as always here in Providence. Friars up 7-5 in the early going. Dave Gavit, former coach of the Friars, took him to a Final Four, 1973. Big East commissioner, the inaugural, and he actually still held post as athletic director at Providence while he was the Big East commissioner and inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006. You coached against him years ago.
I did, unfortunately. 1980, of course, U.S. Olympic coach, and a lot of people thought as the AD and commissioner he would have only home games for Providence. But he was fair and equitable. But just an amazing human being with a great personality. His impact is just extraordinary in all aspects of the athletic world. Just a sweetheart of a man, too. His grandson came by. You were busy doing your work, Andrew. Danny Gavit's son. Of course, Dave's wife, Julie, always here frequently. So hopefully we'll get to see her as the year goes on.
Well, this program owes a debt of gratitude to Dave Gavit. And certainly the long list of accomplished coaches who have done so much to elevate not only Providence basketball, but Big East basketball over the years.
Of course, he got the Providence community to get behind the NCAA tournaments here. A number of regional games.
Yep. Kim English hoping to keep that tradition going.
Our pal Dennis Felton there ran the scout today. Former Georgia coach, SEC champion.
Greg Gard, of course, in his 9th season, two-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, won at least a share of the Big Ten regular season title 2 of the last 4 years, trying to bounce back after a season outside the tournament.
Now, last 15 years, they've been started the year unranked, and boy, do they make up for it during the season.
They play with a chip on their shoulder.
The empty side, nice little roll. Pierre with the delivery. The back by Rick Felodoro.
He had a double-double on Saturday. Hasn't touched the ball as much as he did at George Mason, but he is happy to do the dirty work.
That was interesting. Kim saying he was a touch almost every trip down the floor. Winter on the floor can make threes. Nice step back here.
Blackwell.
He's pretty.
Only averaging 12 minutes in the first 2 games.
He'll get more as the year progresses, I think. Door with a nice screen. This is the shot he's got to make.
And
he starts making that. You would allude to his ability to just bully ball people.
Top returning scorer for Providence, Bryce Hopkins.
Winter is a big-time prospect. He'll be a terrific player. Can make the deep shot. Runs the floor. I love his upside.
31 in red. Asking for the ball.
Late in the shot clock, got to go.
Klesman to the corner. Carter Gilmore skips it off the rim. There's Winter for the board. Another possession. A three for Blackwell. No. Winter tried to sky in. Gaines comes away with it. And the Friars on the run. Hopkins, entry feed. Nice kick. Carter, you bet.
Wow, nice inside out. The touch by Oduro. Good things happen when he's involved. Are they fired up, would you say?
Just a bit. Timeout, Wisconsin.
They like to get up and score quickly in the clock. Nice inside-outside game. Pierre with the delivery. It's like a great French restaurant. And on the other end, the ability to make this shot just provides so much ammunition for this talented player. Inside out. Carter delivering a pill.
His dad, Anthony Carter, long NBA career, still in the league as an assistant with the Grizzlies. Carter spent a season at South Carolina, transferred into Providence, and became an honorable mention all-conference selection. But boy, he's like the heart and soul of this team to start the year.
Hopkins and Carter, a little one-on-one didn't hurt against the coach. If I beat you, you're going to stay, right?
Yeah.
It's nice to be young and talented like Kim is, but they play with a lot of spirit. Speaks a lot of their loyalty to this program and university.
Well, it's interesting. In a coaching change and an era of the transfer portal, you're able to keep pretty much the top 1-2 punch in the Big East on your roster.
No question. Best recruiting he's done, probably. A pretty good sound out of the gate performance by the coach. And right now they extend the floor a little, trying to speed play a little. I think Wall's got to get involved in that low box area again.
Most experienced player on the floor for the Badgers.
Season on the floor too. Terrific outside shooter. Suffered some back issues. Said he's feeling pretty good. Here's that little flex cut. Bad gamble for the sellout. Oh, should have shot it.
Blackwell getting a lot of touches early, leaves it short. Nice box out by Hopkins to get the board.
Floyd's in the attack mode. Goodness, slap back.
Hopkins off the mark.
A little tardy on the cover too.
Providence, you mentioned it earlier, they'll work earlier shot clock than what we're used to under Ed Cooley.
Nice
siege and down low to Wall.
This is where he likes to back you in and come to that right hand.
Does too much, put back for Blackwell.
This kid moves without the ball and reads things. Made himself available a couple times earlier. That time, great instinct to the rim.
He has a 7 of the Wisconsin 9 to begin the game. True freshman.
Dual on the game, on the court now, big time prospect.
They enter to Oduro, nicely done after it deflected off his hands. Oduro from the short corner, pretty.
Getting available too. Hopkins drew 2. Nice little spread by the big fella.
Connor Asijian brings it up for the Badgers. Still wonder if he's 100%. Elbow jumper off the mark, rebound Hopkins.
Chased him off to 3.
It's Hopkins to bring it up for the Friars.
Nice play by Oduro. He really sees things, doesn't he?
Yep.
Waited for that curl. Carter wisely.
Corey Dual, the freshman, first touch of the game, highly recruited, 3 in white. Carter, step back, 3 too much. Oduro, the tap back.
A nice time here, reset. Don't have to be in a hurry.
Dual banged up in the opener for Providence.
And good help by Blackwell then.
Devin Carter. Great start for Carter and the Friars.
Tardy closeouts here.
9 points for Carter. Providence up by 12.
Oduro, I think, on Crowell.
We'll check the foul.
Dual, yeah.
It's Dual, the freshman, but the Friars are off to a hot start.
You got a lot of options. Little dribble drive, draws 2, little nylon. Carter delivered big time.
By Jeep, there's only one. Alex Faust, Bill Raftery here with you in Providence. Great start for the Friars. We were expecting a tight one. May still get that, but a 21-9 lead for Providence College, Kim English, the new head coach, the youngest head coach of a power conference program in the nation. Not too far removed from his playing days, both in college and in the NBA. Coached at Tulsa, Colorado, and most recently with Rick Barnes at Tennessee. Got a head coaching job at George Mason, but I think it was the recommendation from Rick Barnes, of course, former Providence coach, that helped land him this gig.
It didn't hurt.
No.
I assure you that. Some connections with the Gavits as well, and he is a keeper. Confident guy, gets them to play hard. You can see right now defensively doing a really solid job, and a complex team, Wisconsin, to compete. And of course, he was raving about Aduro, 13 double-doubles at Mason, two-time Atlantic 10 all conference team, but his passing is what I just enjoy. Understands the game, great feel, anything to win attitude.
Older player too, 23 years of age, married, couple kids, or expecting a baby boy, I should say, in February. AJ Storr curls, hands it off the hands of Crowd.
Nice cut by though.
Crowd trying to lower the shoulder and get to the low block. Scramble for the ball. Pierre comes away with it, leads the run out. And
Aduro.
A foul away from the ball.
Aduro. Yeah, he knocked Wall about 10 feet. Didn't have to really raise his arms at all. Not important to the play. Coaches.
That's his second early.
Oh, they're gonna review it. It could be a flagrant.
I mean, it was so far. It was almost by the timing line. The ball was in the corner already.
No question. It's interesting. Storr attack. They need him now to get some offense out of him. A stimulant. He's got to make good decisions.
Look at the right side here.
Right in here. See him to shove? I don't know. I don't think it's flagrant, though. I don't think it's a smart play. He's big enough where Wall would be contacted. They're going arm in arm here a little bit. It's a little. Wall actually initiates the contact. I think it's just a play on, don't you? Yeah. A little flopperoo, you saying?
Maybe.
He's a big, strong kid, though. I think it's just a common foul.
No need to escalate from there. We'll get the explanation. This is a very experienced and well-regarded officiating crew. Jeff Anderson there at the monitor, along with Brian Dorsey.
So Wall interlocked and then the shove. I think they're just doing the common foul. Pretty good sales job by Wall, you know.
Now Wisconsin needs to get something going here. Feels a little off kilter to begin the night.
Yeah, very much so. Sejan back on the floor now, trying to get some offense going.
Jeff Anderson, who was over there at the monitor with Brian Dorsey, has worked the last 6 Final Fours, so I think you can trust their judgment.
Klesmith back on the floor because we know we can knock down some shots. More of an offensive-minded group right now for Wisconsin, and they have been struggling at this end.
And they've tried to turn up the wick a little bit. Compared to last year, they kind of plotted in their half-court set at times.
They go back to their basic set offensively.
Crowd, 7'1". Baby hook wouldn't work.
Good shot, though.
They've missed 9 of their last 10, Raf.
Yeah, good strategic offensive maneuver at that end of the floor.
Rafael Castro, first touch of the night.
Really a good defender, too. Block shots, changes. Nice hands by Wall.
Battling for the loose ball. Play on. A 3 is hit by Pierre.
And he can knock him down.
How about this? 14-2 run for the Friars.
They got to reach in.
Yep.
A double dribble.
Oh, yeah. I was with you. I thought they had a little hand in there, but apparently it was play on.
They're actually making Wisconsin rush right now with their frenetic defense. And there's a nice little denial here. Once again, Wall goes down, but boy, last year, Ed Cooley loved this kid's ability to shoot the ball, really wanted to get him some more time. But here, possession and then another dribble. That's why they called it.
Providence picked to finish 7th in the Big East.
Nice set here with a flare screen, a lot of combo to an ISO.
Hopkins on the drive, pushed by Wall.
Yeah, you had mentioned this earlier. Hopkins is so strong, just needs a little angle.
Ken English hasn't shied away from the plan. He's said multiple times coming into this season, they're going to use him in all situations. They will lean on him for as many minutes as he can handle. Inbound for Providence.
Yeah, they're all about physicality, and he epitomizes that. Total overload. Nice help by Chucky.
Oh, that pivot foot.
Although Chucky's the one that caused the problem.
Yeah, Hepburn. Need to get him going as well for Wisconsin. It's 2 points so far. Storr off the shot fake. Wall leaves it for Storr, launches for 3, comes up short. Loose ball tracked down by Crowell.
They did a great job checking out, but didn't get the ball to seal it.
Gets out of the trap and saves the possession.
A little handsy.
Yep. Foul on Floyd.
Yeah, a little handsy reaching in. The nickel dimer here.
Corey Floyd started his career at UConn. His father, Corey Sr., played for the Friars.
Couple of years here, yeah. You can make these. They're going to give them to him and live with it.
Yep. And Wall comes up short. Coming into the day just 14 points shy of 1,000. Pierre, quick trigger, and he hits.
Big time delivery.
Pierre knocks down another. He has 9, and it's 11-0 the run for Providence.
Oh, that Pierre can wait on me anytime. Poise. Now, that's what they're known for, Wisconsin. Run your action. Going to get a good look here.
Nice
Everything
take.
but, though.
That rolled off the rim. Rebound Crowell, and he gets it to swirl in to end the drought.
Yeah, they need to seize control at this end of the floor. Make them use a little bit of clock. Communicate better, Wisconsin.
4:25 the scoring drought. Tough take for Floyd.
Good point. Really nothing there. Everybody stayed at home on the corner with Hopkins.
27-11. Wisconsin, the challenge for them, and this stems back to last year, you know, ever since Johnny Davis left, they've been having trouble finding a scoring punch, especially from deep. Who's going to be the guy?
Husband can score, but they are not giving him looks.
Crowell backing in.
Likes that little hook.
Goes to it. Whew, could have been a
close. Close. Big ticket up there.
Devontae ticket gains. Another Mason transfer. Pierre is taking over.
Well, they're riding them, not getting an angle on the dribble drive.
11 for Pierre to lead the Friars. And what's becoming a first half runaway.
Chucky hit that jumper if he stopped.
Crowell backing in, gets the bump from Castro. 11 points from Jaden Pierre, coming off a career-high 16 on Saturday.
We all knew he could shoot the ball, give it up early. A little nylon, getting the puppies organized in downtown Providence. Big-time start for the Friars.
Wisconsin 5 of 23 from the field. This is an experienced team, Rap. They returned 92% of scoring from last year, but they just look like a deer in headlights almost tonight.
Well, first road game probably, you know, a little. Of course, this building rather intense, and the preparation defensively by Providence was extraordinary. They've got to seize control of the tempo somehow. Get back a little of the old Wisconsin set. I don't think you can get in a running game, particularly now when you're at this deficit.
Well, what's interesting, defense is their specialty. Top 25 Ken Palm efficiency defensively, but so far Providence has had their way.
And Chucky has not been able to get going. There's that step back, but boy, I don't know if that's the one you want right out of the gate.
One and done for the Badgers. Ooh. Meanwhile, Providence 11 of 16 from the floor. Hopkins launches, and he's off the mark. Wisconsin needing better production at both ends right now.
And Blackwell, excellent cutter too. Got to keep himself busy. Playing real small. Wall's the center now, the 5-man.
On the dribble drive. Blackwell swings it back to Wall. 10 on the timer.
Got to go to that other shoulder once in a while. Got to have a counter.
There's Wall again. Backing in against Hopkins. Shot clock expiring. Can't get it to go. And a foul against the Badgers.
Push off maybe Gilmore. Not a bad shot. Excuse me. Not a bad shot. Just not making those little jumpers or jump hooks.
Had to take all 30 to get there.
And now they got the two bigs back on the floor. Wall will be the four-man. Do a nice job of that pin down and an ISO for Hopkins in the middle of the floor.
Gains off the handoff. Carter, the curl, the spin, the floater. Short, but a foul.
The motor. Well, he is energized, this kid. Really makes good decisions. Hurt his arm when he fell as well. Not afraid of going into traffic. Klesmer doing a good job with his legs. Just that reach from the top got Hepburn.
13 points, 6 boards each of the first 2 games for Devin Carter, junior from Miami. Second foul on Hepburn, too, with 6:45 left in the half.
Yeah, Wisconsin's got to close out this half now. Just for an emotional standpoint. Be sound, be basic at the other end.
Isaac Lindsey to check in. Just his second game. Did not play Saturday. Did not play Friday, I should say.
Not bad at driving for a little turnaround jump shot. The first time they've really run the trap.
And the Badgers able to break it. Wall and Lindsey orchestrate the offense. Klesmer is yet to get going.
This is what they want. Got to get a good shot at the end of it now. Single digits now.
Wall. Now the matchup he wanted. Wall trying to work his way inside. Goes with the left and scores.
Got to. I mean, heavily scouted.
And they're going to go to that right side all night. But Wall able to work it with the southpaw.
Well, using both sides of the floor nicely.
Hopkins.
It's an angle, he goes.
Ooh, knocks down Wall.
Good call.
Took steps.
Good call. Good footwork. As a defender, you got to at least take away the initial move of the offensive player and then try and recover. If he got, here he takes away the initial move. Had his foot in the right spot, too.
Here's that finish from Wall.
Got to use that left. Nice duck in and a little late with Hopkins. Yep. That's their set. They like that little flex cut, duck in. You got to do your homework early.
First foul for Hopkins. X1 puts Wisconsin in the bonus.
And Castro gives him a nice look at that center spot because you know what he's going to do on this end of the floor. Can change some shots and rebound, block a few.
Seen a lot from Blackwell in the early going. Nice find with Crowell, but he took steps.
A nice play, though, by Blackwell as well.
That's unfortunate for the Badgers. A great setup.
They make you a little skitterish with their aggressive play, Providence.
Now the Friars carry a 21-game non-conference home winning streak in it tonight. It's an intimidating place to play, both in and out of conference play.
Maybe one of the best public arenas, really.
Yeah. The old Providence Civic Center, once the original home of the Big East tournament before the Garden.
A little nickel dimer here with Crowell on the reach in. Yeah, the original one. Then to Syracuse, then to Connecticut. And Dave's dream was to go to the Garden.
Klesmer with his first. See if the Badgers can get a few stops here, approaching the under 4. Duo has a smooth stroke.
Nice job defensive. Everybody in the lane.
Carter tried to float it for Castro.
Great set.
Forced the pass. Winds up being a turnover.
You had mentioned this is a seasoned group. Let's get their composure back a little bit. They're not getting free.
Everything along the perimeter. Finally, they enter it to Crowd. Dealing with Castro.
Nice job digging from the top, too.
Blackwell, 2 to shoot. Jumper is pure.
Gaines really worked hard that trip. Even though his guy got the jumper, good job digging on the big.
9 points for the freshman. 30-15.
Wisconsin too well coached. They're going to hang. Get back to their basics. A little push by Lindsey there on that little dribble drive.
Lindsey the foul. And that'll put the Friars in the bonus.
A lot of guys can take you with the bounce with props. That's what makes them very dangerous. Help a little bit. Guys can step in, get a knockdown 3.
Owen Winter checks in, another freshman that's earned some playing time. Same high school program that produced Tyler Wall, Lakeville North.
Nate Reavers as well. Only a couple hours from the campus, we're told.
Just over the state line, Minnesota. Dual off the mark on the front end. Providence quietly 2 for 6 from the stripe. Something to keep an eye on.
Back screen Wall. Screen across. This is how they seize tempo a little bit.
Screen set by Winter. Wall, a 3. Rainbow, too strong. Castro the board.
You never play in the church league with that stroke, huh? Hit the ceiling.
Oh, the baseline drive for Gaines. Hard take to the rim, and he'll head to the stripe. Providence out to a big start at home, Raph.
Excellent start. Both ends of the floor. Aggressive nature on the defensive end. Also on the other, Kim's got them going. Preaching the religion, and they're buying it.
All right, guys, 30-15. Providence the lead over Wisconsin. You know, we talked about the different style for the Friars this year. Last time out, Raph, they had 31 three-point attempts on Saturday. They're lining up from 3 again. They have 6 makes on 9 tries.
And a lot of it set up on that dribble drive, get a piece of the lane, inside-out threes. Pierre has been unerring, getting them organized and drilling it big time. Some late challenges, uncharacteristic defense by Wisconsin, but extraordinary approach on that offensive end.
Providence scorching pace from the field. Pierre leading them with 11. Carter with 10. Blackwell, the only player approaching double figures for Wisconsin, with 9. The guys they count on: Wall, Klesmit, Hepburn, all with just 2 each.
And Pierre 3 for 3 from deep. You can load them up.
Gaines at the stripe here.
Over back on the floor now with Winter. Changing the bigs. Store, offensive-minded guy on the floor with Klesmit. Really struggling to come up with some options here.
Wisconsin just 25% from the field as Gaines splits the pair.
See if they'll trap this again.
Providence has sped him up on both ends.
Here they go again with it.
Able to break it. Marcus Ilver, first touch of the ball game, 35 in red. Junior from Estonia.
There's that shuffle cut. A little hide and seek, and they'll shoot it.
Able to get the match they wanted off the screen. Still, it won't go.
Good shot for Klesmit, though. He gets an angle and blows by.
Carter attacking again.
Big time ticker this kid has. All he needs is a little opportunity, a little opening.
Klesmit with his second foul. And Devin Carter at the stripe here. Now, Kim English was saying prior to the season, yeah, the Big East is a big step up, But he was quick to remind that it's a big step up for Tyler Kolek, George Mason to Marquette, Ed Croswell, LaSalle to Providence.
Easy now. Don't be knocking the alma mater.
I know. Jared Bynum went from St. Joe's to Providence. So, you know, these guys who have stepped up, you know, even the Mason transfers that have come in, they fit right away.
We know that by the NCAA tournament, there's a lot of programs that people have no idea how good they are.
Yep.
Carry here.
Wow.
And that's all that pressure. CJ tried to do a little palm over the top. A little Globey maneuver.
I think it's reflected too, Ref, in how many games early in the season, non-conference, where you just don't know the outcome at the end of the day. We've already seen Maryland, a team to finish third in the Big Ten with 2 early losses.
Villanova with Penn the other last night.
Stevie Donahue always does a good job.
Offensive. Castro.
Castro trying to set the screen move.
That screen was not convertible.
33-15. Second foul for Castro.
Yeah, Greg just trying to shake it up. Different lineups, different looks. They first time get him inside the walk.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah.
Another turnover for the Badgers. It's just not been clicking in any way. Back-to-back TOs.
Gaines is a good defender. He's a help side defender. So him raking on the post that time, posting defensively beautifully. They come off that screen on that.
Pretty feed from Carter, and Castro nearly brought the house down.
And they lob it sometimes, and that was just well-executed play. You know it's been gone over, but still, Carter sets it up with the speed to come off the screen and now just draws 2. Crowd bites. Castro, the tin negates. Lost control there.
I hit some free throws, though.
Yeah, Wisconsin's a team. They'll hang around. They'll compete. You got to take advantage when you can, when you got it going well.
0 for 2. 5 for 12 on the night.
Silver with a little screen off overzealous.
And they go right back to the stripe as a result.
You got to think, try and get to 12 to 10 if you are Wisconsin. Just to get some composure at halftime.
Now 2.5 to go, and the way that they've run the shot clock. You do the math, you know, the possessions
are lacking, or will be lacking. Here's a guy that's got to do some damage, I think. Excellent offensive player.
Hepburn with just 2.
Stronger this year. They say he's lost 20 pounds, rearranged it. 20 against Arkansas State.
Huge scoring coming in, but just not much there so far.
Yeah, made a lot of threes last year, 68 of them. Nothing from Storr either within the framework.
Badgers just 1 for 10 from deep.
Look at Carter, took the head away, didn't let Hepburn get it again. Look at all the way to 10 before they initiate.
Off the screen from Crowell. Hand off Blackwell. No. Castro taps it back. Winds up in the hands of Crowell and a fresh 20. Crowell the screen. Hepburn picks up his dribble.
Nice
pass. Feed knocked away from Crowell.
Castro with those long arms. I thought it was a good delivery on the baseline side. Wasn't wide enough for the big fella. Good extension in the low box area. Excellent.
10 on the shot clock. As the Badgers inbound. Nice play, Storr, well designed off the inbound.
Sort of the old days, you just call it a dummy play. Look like you're running it one side, throw to the other.
All freshman selection with St. John's, one of the casualties of the roster cleanout from Rick Pitino. Familiar with this building, having played here last year.
Big game against Connecticut now. Lucky to come up with this 20 against Connecticut. Oh,
Gaines, look out. No. Rebound for Carter. Carter has it stripped away. Good second effort by Wall. And from his backside is able to find Hepburn.
Real good effort.
Hepburn on the drive, guarded by Pierre. No separation whatsoever. They're going to ding Pierre for the foul.
Well, they are tenacious defensively, though. They are really coordinated, reacting instinctively. And Pierre got a little bump there. They're going to call that, even though it was a little bit later, maybe.
So Hepburn to the line for a 1-and-1.
This is one of those fight your way through the half if you're Wisconsin.
Wonder if this would be an option for them too. Just try to engage some contact and pile up a few free throws here before the end of the half. Just their first free throw attempts of the half, 35-19.
They put their hands behind the back because they don't want to get a reach in. And there's that power, ability to elevate and convert. Big fella Hopkins.
Well, that's the problem. Hopkins, if you don't get a hand on him.
Tough to control.
Under 40 seconds to go in the half. Providence.
Got to go 2 for 1, I think. Shoot it.
Hepburn, Wall, Store, launches. Way too strong, and an over the back is called against the Friars.
Chucky passed up a good shot there, too. He's too good. Got to take that.
Castro, third foul.
And over the back here. So easy. Tavern League discard. You wouldn't know anything about that. Huh?
No. Timeout called by Providence. Well, they're trying to extend this to 20 potentially. I don't think either of us saw this coming.
No, pretty impressive though. I mean, great preparation. Too detailed as well. Just handling all the swing aspects, the screens, the cuts.
And you talked about it, how much of a house of horrors this is for visiting teams.
No question. Enthusiastic. Beverage sales are generally up here.
Well,
for good reason.
It is the Ocean State after all.
You mentioned he was highly recommended by Rick Barnes, and for good reason. He's a keeper. That loyally worked under. And why not? You got guys like this to coach, and Pierre getting his minutes now, taking advantage, getting down the floor, getting them organized, and really late contests, which is very unusual for Wisconsin. Here the dribble drive, which set up a lot of kick-out threes. Well prepared. Heck of a first half.
Gabe Pierre still only a sophomore. Leading the way for the Friars. Carter is up to 12, leading the team. But Pierre perfect from the field. 3 for 3 from deep.
Wisconsin likes to press, or at least this year, after made free throws.
Haven't seen it yet.
No. Well, they haven't been to the line much.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
A little bit of a gamble against this team, too, because you get them going up and down for Providence. Might be better set to just get back, and they are.
Crowell converts them both. 37-21, shot clock turned off. And Pierre to bring it up.
It's always interesting to see a team that really looks for the first good shot to play under control. See if they can get a good one late. Takes the steam out of them sometimes.
Hopkins nearly slipped. Crossover. Hopkins, 2 on the clock. 1 late pass off the hands of Castro. And perhaps the first disjointed Providence possession of the night.
Well, Kim's got something to talk about anyhow, right?
Not a lot before that, though. Friars in command from the get-go.
Well, they have been solid. Doro started it, and Greg, I know how you feel. I've been there. Get them organized at halftime. Kim's got them rolling.
Well, Wisconsin and their fans are probably angry with that first half performance. Their starters just 4 for 23 from the field. Carter and Pierre, they've been great. Pierre led the way early. Carter leads the Friars with 12. Welcome you back courtside. What does Wisconsin have to do here to get back in this game?
A little bit of a shock, I think, for them. Never had control of the game. But they passed up a lot of shots, and defensively, not Wisconsin. They have to get back to their basics and do a better job on dribble drives. The kickouts got to contest it a little bit better. And obviously, when you get an open shot, they've got to take it down here. But I would start pounding it in, and Chucky's got to be Chucky on this team. No question about it.
Yeah, we've yet to really see him take over a possession, as it were, for Wisconsin. Hopkins been physical defensively. Carter physical offensively, and the smooth stroke of Jaden Pierre. By the way, Devin Carter, we talked about him earlier. He has drawn 6 of the 11 fouls. Attacking the rim for those 12 points to lead the Friars.
He is always in the attack mode. And Adoro, with those fouls, didn't play much. He had a big impact in those first 7 minutes of the game.
So inbound to begin the second half. Providence a 2-0 on the season. Wins over Columbia and Milwaukee. Wisconsin trying to avoid losing back-to-back. Gains a 3. We're right off the hop, in and out. Hepburn the board. Chucky Hepburn, just 3 attempts from the field in the first half. Down the lane, Storr rolls it off the rim. Crowell couldn't secure the board.
A pretty good defensive set, too. Nice play by Wall.
At the rim. And they're going to whistle a foul.
I think Wall may have been out of bounds on the touch. A pretty good defensive play here by Wall. I think the ball.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Or the step on the line, I should say.
Pretty close.
I love the way Carter uses the pin down and then curls. Very tough to defend. Speaking of tough to defend, right?
This guy. Hopkins picked up his dribble. He'll reset.
Klesmit, tough kid, too.
Hopkins lines up a 3. Way off.
Great set by Klesmit.
He's appealing for a foul heading into the front court. He and Hopkins got tangled together. Hepburn, nowhere to go.
Now, I like the attack. Nice denial here with those long arms. Baines.
This is going to go back to Providence.
How about that? Boy, that length comes in handy. Come on, Dave. Did you have a nickname growing up? You weren't called really. Ticket, were you?
No, not like that. That was the first night I was watching you guys. That was the first name that came to mind. Big Ticket.
Exactly. Appropriate after that defensive play where that length comes in handy.
Carter puts it on the deck, shadowed by Crowell.
He really has good footwork. He knows how to dance into his shot, too.
Pierre with 5 to shoot. Starts his drive. Guarded by Hepburn. Still puts it in.
Pretty good defensive set, countered by excellent delivery.
13 for Jaden Pierre. Was 3 shy of a career high.
Storr has been unable to get going. Hepburn's been unable to get going. And not much inside by the bigs.
Not much doing in the painted area. Hepburn picks up his dribble, looking for somewhere to go. Storr late in the shot clock, clotheslined and bailed out.
Close to a walk, too. But what a set. Countering their good offense with excellent defense. There, a little bit of a stumble. Just love the activity, too. Oh, that fadeaway. Such a difficult delivery. Tough to contest.
And now A.J. Storr at the line. 17 points all in the first half Friday in the loss to Tennessee. He's taken more shots than anybody else on the team by a pretty wide margin, but we haven't seen much of that tonight.
Him blending in is key for this team, I think. Knowing when to shoot, what we're going to run on the offensive end, play within the scheme. but he can do some damage. An offensive-minded kid.
Double figures the first 2 games of the season. 39-23.
He's so active, isn't he, Carter? I thought he walked.
He finds a way, and the foul.
He got banged, no question about it. But his creativity with the fancy footwork, good speed to the spot. A little bit of a dance move. What do you think?
Well, you're not going to question that in front of the Friar faithful.
No, they concurred with the call or non-call. Boy, he just leaves it out there. Just fun to watch this kid.
And that's where, even with the change in style, he's still going to be a tough cookie in Big East play.
He's not going to have to change his game at all.
No. Hepburn.
Doro's so good defensively, too. Nice ward off by Crowell.
Yeah, he set a nice pick there, but he winds up being a turnover on the Badgers. Great touch inside, and Hopkins is hit.
You know, that pass cross court was for Pierre, but intercepted by the Providence player as well, and the nice extra pass. This is pretty. Now watch this pass. I think this is well, maybe I'm wrong. What a touch pass, though. Pierre wide open on the wing, if necessary.
Hopkins at the stripe here.
It has been a clinic by Providence.
And I was wondering, as we were talking about watching the shoot-arounds during the day, I was wondering if that up-tempo pace would get them out of their sets defensively. Not even close.
No. It's really interesting when you watch, well, both of these teams. Characteristically, over the years, Wisconsin's been solid, terrific defensive, very poised. And today, really, they didn't play quickly, but just couldn't get into their action whatsoever. And the defensive end has really hurt them. Nice. Now shoot it.
Hepburn way off. Gains the rebound. One and done for the Badgers again.
And Odoro runs right to the rim and pins.
Hopkins probing. Hepburn trying to poke it free. Hopkins in trouble. Hepburn nearly got the steal. Recovered by Pierre.
Odoro's got a mismatch, but they've never taken advantage.
Carter.
They finally get it to him.
Deep catch. Odoro.
Well, he was open the whole set.
Timeout, Wisconsin. It's a Friar frenzy, up by 22.
Whew. It's like the old days, huh? The way they're playing, just terrific team basketball. Odoro start the game big time. Others have stepped up. Ooh, Providence on top of their game early.
The impact he had on other coaches, you just don't see it as much now. There was a different honor and integrity, and you know, just gentlemanship in what he did that I can really appreciate.
I'll say this, Rap, that I'm a relative newcomer to this league. The one thing that always stood out to me was the coaching fraternity in the Big East is second to none, and that was all started by what Dave did and promoted among the group.
He was a coach's commissioner, no question about it. And anytime there was an incident or a problem or something that should be taken care of, he did it in such a diplomatic way that coaches listened, paid attention, and his thoughts were just incredible. And of course, right now, Ernie D's coming out with a book, soon to be a movie, and it's a story about those great days of Dave and that Final Four team. And it's not all basketball. And good to see Ernie D here tonight. And some great memories and some bad ones for me. They waxed us in good fashion when I was coaching in early 70s. Haven't gone to this in a while. Whoa, look at the stand-up. Boy, he had to work.
And he had to go to the left again.
He did. Again, he's going to have to do that. Hopkins, pretty good stand-up.
The lead is 20 still. Out of the wall.
Look at that clear out.
Points. Hopkins. Too much off the glass. That's good defense from Wall.
And they run a shuffle cut and Oduro over.
Hepburn off the screen. Dish for Wall. Slinging it down low. Crowd body up down low. Oduro there again.
He is a physical player. I started to say before, he cuts well too, gets out of the way. Permit Hopkins to go to the rim. Look at him screening, rolling, holding off. Uses the derriere.
And the high touch here against Crowell.
What do you want, Coach? What do you want, Coach?
Smoothly knock it down.
Boy, he is some talent.
Fifth-year senior Josh Oduro, transferred from George Mason.
All conference a couple of years. He is a player. Look at him backing off any cutters. Gets back to his man. He is working. Checks out now.
Store off the mark from three. He's involved again, Oduro.
He doesn't elevate. He doesn't have to. He's a position player. Uses his intelligence, his understanding of the game.
Oduro does it all with a smile, too.
He sure does. Why not take the jumper? You've done everything else. Clear out. Let number 13 do the damage. How about that? A little begging. It doesn't hurt.
Jeep. There's only one. And there's only one Federal Hill. We had lunch over there today.
I almost lost you for the game over there.
Oh, man, that's you could get lost over
There's
there.
the old canteen. Joe Marzullo knew the dad. His son runs the place. It's a great little area.
Plenty of people over there who tell you to get lost. Wisconsin, by the way, their first couple games, we're thinking maybe they can get their shooting up from last year. Remember, they struggled from three last year. This performance tonight is shocking.
And when you watch them, though, Hepburn is, to me, the pivotal guy in terms of getting everything going, taking good shots, understanding their concepts. He's been a little off his game, and it's sort of ricocheted into others.
Wisconsin 1 for 13 from three. There was an issue last year, Raph, where they were in so many close games. And they played, 21 games decided by 5 points or less. Most of the country.
First time they pressed.
Yeah.
Right out of the timeout. Yeah, get a little turnover. Go ahead.
But I was going to say, they couldn't hit the big shot. That was the one thing they wanted to improve on this year. But right away, going to a full court press. First time we've really seen that tonight.
This is not indicative of this team or the year they're going to have.
I agree. Out of the inbound. Nice. A.J. Storr, we haven't talked much about him either.
He out Hopkins him. A little power there.
Hopkins with Carter. Top 1-2 punch of the Big East, nearly too tall for Hopkins. That winds up getting fumbled by Oduro. Hopkins there to recover.
Still in play.
Yes, mad scramble.
You say he was out of bounds, I guess. Touched the out of bounds.
That's what it looked like from here.
Well, that's a nice little play they ran. Little ball screen. Winter got hurt a little bit on that particular play. There's that little replace on the wing. Wasn't a good pass, and then the load up at the box not handled as well. Oduro joining John Brooks and Joey Hassett there. Third man in the booth.
Legendary duo on Providence radio.
Long time announcers. Joey, a great player here in the old days. Talk about three-point shooters.
Who's going to hit one from the perimeter for the Badgers? Just one tray on the night. Shot clock inside of 10.
Everything outside. Got to attack a little bit.
Lindsay, no. Rebound. Bounces its way to Winter. He couldn't finish. And the Friars again come away with it.
Gilmore trying to keep it alive there.
Carter to bring it up. Hopkins. Little spin. High in the lane. Goes to the line.
He initiates contact. Almost like a running back. He's love to get hit.
He's built like one.
He sure is. Well, he had a great year. Struggled at the end of last season. He's a chesty guy. Just goes at you. Right at the numbers.
as he went, the team seemed to go down the stretch as well last year. Kind of faded a little bit, and Providence lost their last couple games, including a first-round exit in the tournament. And they have a little bit more support they feel around him now.
There's a lot more talent, I think, or they've raised that level a little bit. Pierre back on the floor, good example of that. Dual, a freshman, going to be doing a big job, gains experience and length. A lot of guys in the attack mode. Thinking of Floyd as well.
22-point lead for Providence. In a game that has not been close for most of the night. And Wisconsin mount a bit of a run here, just to get back within shouting distance. Storr knocks down a three, much needed. Just the second tray of the night for the Badgers.
You have not called that name out much.
Storr up to 9, quietly. But that's tied for the team lead.
Again, the ability to go side to side and break the D down.
And Pierre slashing across, couldn't get the floater to go. Badgers bring it up. See if they go back to Storr again.
I didn't think he was going to give it up.
Storr off the curl, launches, comes up short, rebound Hopkins.
This is the kind of a game where he needs to do some of these things, though. They're trying to get back in touch in a hurry. A load up and a giveaway. Inexperience there on the defensive end.
Winter with the foul.
Good player. Going to be a good player.
And Oduro drawing the contact.
Sejan on the floor. They got to get him going.
I wonder about his health. That's the big question in the early going. Kind of tweaked his back early in the year.
Before the game, he said he was feeling pretty good, though. A couple of shots make you feel a lot better if they go in.
Well, he's one of their volume three-point shooters when he gets going.
Indiana kid.
Oduro. Oh, he's untouched to the rim.
He's going to be playing 20 years from now in the rec league, Tavern League. Old experienced hand. Look at him talk on the defensive end, too. Look at him help. And now he comes out. Maybe a little bit of an overhelp, but somebody's got to help him. He's blaming himself.
Winter from the perimeter. Back-to-back triples for the Badgers. 2 of their last 3 possessions. 51-33. Approaching the midway point of the second half.
He plays like a point forward, Oduro, doesn't he? Keys the offense, then loads up. Look at this.
And again, he draws contact.
Great job. Winter unaccustomed on a consistent basis trying to defend an experienced hand like this.
Providence has been dominant tonight, trying to get the Big East their first win in this year's Gavit tip-off games. Kim English is loving it in Friartown. At 51-33, Providence in the lead. Friars, they're getting their coaches a workout here, even with the score. Let's go inside the huddle.
Hey, Storr has caught this lob on the blob twice now. See the ball, roar up, jump up, and not let him catch that.
Your boats, doesn't he? He was great today watching him. Did the scouting report. This is a guy who's been very successful on his own merits. Of course, assistant under Rick years ago here. Found the home.
Standing up in your picture there, Dennis Felton.
Georgia when he won the SEC.
Yeah, and he worked with Kim English at George Mason. Was an assistant here 30 years ago under Rick Barnes. And that's where that connection came into play with Kim English, who coached under Rick Barnes recently. No surprise that they're working together on this staff here at Providence.
Floyd's an attack kind of a guy. Got caught up in traffic there. They're trying to get a little kick jumper in the corner. Do out. Yeah, the lineage is pretty good. When you think back, there's Joe Mulaney, Dave Gavit, Rick Pitino.
That's what Kim English said. He wanted to make all those guys proud.
And Timmy Welsh did a good job here, too. We always forget about Timmy.
And then he somehow got roped into going behind the mic.
Yeah.
Attacking the rim here is Duval, and it's a blocking foul against the CJ.
Tough to be good at two things. Timmy is. Boy, they were prepared, though. Well versed in what Wisconsin likes to do. CJ just didn't get squared up on that dribble drive. I do like that new rule, though. When you plant your foot, you can't step in as a secondary defender. Denial here.
Yeah, try to feed it into a tight window for Floyd. Isaac Lindsey began his career at UNLV. Kim English is the youngest head coach of a power conference program in the nation, just 34. He's my age. Yikes.
Now, you both have accomplished a great deal early on.
I don't know about on my end.
A little ISO here. How about this? He's having a ball.
Yep. 12 now for Oduro.
You know, often when you listen to coaches, they'll tell you about somebody's ability, and it doesn't surface occasionally. When I came up about a month and a half ago, he was talking about Oduro and his contributions to this team, his expectations, and boy, it's just his knowledge of how to play. It's extraordinary. He gets it.
Oh, got a little casual there, and Hepburn popped it away.
You know, interesting enough, I don't know if that was his fault as much as the cutter. You know, brought his man right into the action here. Should have taken that shortcut.
Oh, turnover from the Badgers off the inbound. They pay with Gaines. Sloppy inbound from Wisconsin. And it's been that kind of night for the Friars, taking advantage of every little mistake.
Yeah, they were trying to take Hepburn out of the play.
Hepburn off the screen and roll, draws contact.
Number 3 on Oduro. He is always chatting with his team, though. That point forward, man, a little, you're right, lackadaisical. Communication. Gilmore should have been hollering right away on this play.
Hepburn at the line here. What a quiet night for the leading scorer for the Badgers. Just 5 points now after hitting the free throw.
Off a good year last year, too, you know. 40% from 3, 12 points. He deserves a rest, the big fella.
And deserves a hand. He's getting one. Oduro checks out. 12 in the game, 8.5 for the combo forward. Klesmit checks in for the Badgers. Still a 20-point margin. Just surprising. And you mentioned it to me during the half, Rav. You know, Wisconsin is not built to come back from big deficits.
It's not their style. Always stay in touch and in control. Once again, a little bit of a pressure situation and back. This is all about growing, I think, for Wisconsin at this point. You're hanging tough. You didn't have your best effort. See what you can do in the next 9 minutes. It's all about the rest of the year.
Carter tried to swing it back outside for Floyd. It popped off its hands. The problem is it doesn't get easier from here. You've got Virginia, you've got Marquette, Michigan State, Arizona, all in the next couple of weeks.
I called it Cooley's revenge.
Yes.
How about the speed for the loose ball by Kim there? Talk about being in shape.
Well, Wisconsin, they have a really tough non-conference and early conference schedule. A bump here from Castro before the block.
He is an attack kid.
Of course, we got Marquette coming up next. Top 25 matchup against Illinois. We'll have the game December 2nd for Wisconsin against Marquette on Fox.
Arizona off that big win. You can see Marquette in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
With Wisconsin.
I am so impressed, and I don't think Shaka Smart gets enough credit, Raf, for how quickly he turned that program. Not only turned it into a tournament contender, I mean, they are a national championship contender.
Absolutely. NCAA tournament deep. Big East champions, obviously. And this year, anytime you have great passers, and they have two at the center and the guard spot, you can put a lot of people to sleep.
A lot of eyes on Tyler Kolek tonight. Foul here off the inbound. They're going to call a flop as well, perhaps?
Intrusion, it's violating the cylinder,
yes.
which is a no-no.
Can't violate one's personal space.
No, exactly.
Yeah, Tyler Kolek, he limped to the locker room last time out. Reigning Big East Player of the Year. We'll see how healthy he is.
Was such a mainstay and field for the game. Excellent passer, particularly opposite. Cross court, finds people for open looks or drives.
DeWall, continuing a theme for the Friars. Probably the only thing they haven't done well tonight is hit their free throws. Storr got the ball up in the air, found his man underneath, and Wall with a pretty finish.
Big time play. Just keep plugging. That's all you can do.
6-0 run. And as short as it is, probably the longest quiet stretch for the Friars offensively tonight.
Good footwork by Wall there. Oh, nice pass back.
Oh, pretty. Hopkins.
Took advantage of the mismatch. Well, he showed speed. He talked about the power and what finesse at the 10.
He's into double figures now.
Wow.
As Wisconsin has an answer.
You can live with that at this point, right?
Deficit down to 15. Pierre circles and tries to lay it in. Got blocked at the rim. Numbers for Wisconsin if they could hang on to the ball, and A.J. Storr couldn't.
Not really. I thought it was a deflection, but I'm so sure of the pass. Defense was on that side of the floor. They're making a little bit of a run. Can't afford a mistake.
Yep. Margin for error pretty slim if they want. Find a way back in this game.
Wow,
DeWall.
How about that? Nobody out to contest. I was surprised at the shot.
They love this kid.
They do.
First points from a bench player for Providence tonight. And it's the freshman Garwi DeWall. Storr attacking, comes up short, gets his own miss, couldn't hit the putback, and the Friars run it out. Carter all the way to the cup, counted and a foul.
That's the play you're going to see a lot of because they're not going to call a block. It's going to be just attack and finish. No charge, and that finesse play at the rim shows you something. Matching it, a complimentary big-time dish. And look at this attack. Plant the foot and finish the deal. Over 50,000?
Yeah, it was insane.
Phenomenal.
Awesome for the game. 62-42 Providence over Wisconsin. The Gavit tip-off games continue all throughout the week. We've got a triple header here tonight on FS1. Marquette, Illinois, top 25 matchup coming up. We got Georgetown, Rutgers tomorrow. That's going to be a dog
Jimmy
fight.
and Jared, what a great building, too. Never changed the rack.
No.
Goodness. There's Cooley coming to town with his group.
Ellen Villanova could be interesting, too. That might be two desperate teams early in a season.
Both of them struggling. Maryland had a tough tournament down there with Davidson and UAB. Of course, Villanova with Penn the other night.
Yeah.
But Rutgers is one of those teams. I saw them early, and I really think that they're going to be a lot better. I mean, obviously struggle a little bit of late in games, but I like their upside.
See, we get the treat. We get to go from one of the great atmospheres in college basketball right to another at the rack.
Oh, an offense there. Anytime you turn your back like that, a little hand
Can't believe it.
Yeah, you got to stay square. After a timeout, too, kills you.
Well, it's the little mistakes, right, for Wisconsin. They had a turnover, then allowed the quick 2. Here another turnover.
Coaches teach you to blow that baby up, too. Look at that spin out and pass.
Oh,
wow.
And the finish for Hopkins, but Oduro.
He is something. He is a pleasure to watch.
That was sublime just to keep hold of the ball and then the wherewithal to shovel. Blackwell, haven't heard much from him since the first half, and then he gets swatted.
Oduro blocks the shot.
Carter finds Hopkins. Strong take, hit at the rim.
Boy, the impact Oduro has. Goodness. His feel for the game. Talked about everything as clear as passing. You might call his play adorable.
You might.
Did you say that? That's terrible. That's terrible. Here, contribute. He doesn't have to elevate, too. Just understands position. When to help.
And a double-double, as we mentioned, Saturday. Picked up a couple more blocks in the game. And even on a night where Hopkins, he's not lighting up the score sheet by any means, but it's little things that add up.
And a lot of complimentary guys here.
Wisconsin cut the deficit to 15, a 10-0 run for Providence since then. 6.5 to go. And what's been a one-sided affair, surprisingly. Hepburn short.
That's his step back. Not able to knock that shot down. Boy, they are out and challenging it.
Foul on the Friars.
Now with Scouty now, that step back they're ready for. He's got to step back, keep the dribble alive, and then explode again as they close.
Storr.
That he can do. Nice bump by Crown.
16 for Storr. Approaching a season high. 14 of them in the second half. Could have used more from him early. Carter facing up Blackwell, and now Duval to run the show.
Odoro's always working with his derriere positioning.
Ready to shoot. Carter gets stripped, and it'll be a shot clock violation on the Friars.
A rocky set. We haven't seen that much.
You can live with it if it's only a handful out of your 40 minutes.
They were well-rounded tonight, both ends of the floor. Unselfish play, too.
66% from the field. Mark.
One of the few for Hepburn, really. A little drop defense by Oduro.
Here having to deal with Hepburn across the timing line. High screen from Oduro. Lets them run their set. Caught in the lob behind Oduro.
Yeah, just did really more direct than lobbing it at the corner of the glass. Now, Gray's got a lot to look at with this team. A lot to take out of this game. I'm not talking positive, but things that'll make you better the rest of the year.
Hepburn off the mark again. Free from the wing. Off the mark from Duval. That's the thing. Greg Gard is the two-time Coach of the Year in the Big Ten. We'll get these guys reorganized. The problem is with this non-conference schedule, if they have a couple of slip-ups, their record it could be a little bit gaudy going into the conference portion of the season.
The two Big Ten titles the last couple of years back there. 19 and 20, 21, 22. He's a keeper. Long-time assistant with Bo.
Well, they wanted to get older, and they've accomplished that. They have a veteran team. Hepburn, the fadeaway. Been that kind of night.
No, not really. A little grab. Going the other way.
Carter Gilmore, a long-time Badger.
You've got to compete, though. Keep your heads up. Keep playing. Things didn't go your way. Providence well prepped.
This is the first time the Badgers have had to make the trip here. I almost called it the dunk. It's got a new name, the Amica Mutual Pavilion. First time they've been here since '95, Wisconsin.
You know, Adoro's got a little of Oso Ighodaro in him in terms of knowledge of the game. I don't know, he's a good passer, but Oso is a level above that, I think. But just his understanding of how to contribute, get other people involved.
I was going to say, if he can reach that level, they're in good shape.
Very heady kid.
Under 4.5 to go. Big East closing in on its first victory this year. Gavit tip-off games. There's another block for Oduro. And up ahead, Dual can't track it down. This will go right back to Providence.
A good hustle play by Wall, too. As a player and as a coach, everybody's been through this kind of a game. All you got to do is take the opportunity to improve, work on your mistakes or lack of communication skills. Just a well-versed Providence team. Itching for a big win.
Yep. This will get them to 3-0. It'll be a nice feather in their cap to begin the season. Oduro backing in. Continues to have a nice night. Navigates out of the double. Carter, a rainbow three. Why not?
He knew it was good, too. He was backing up before he released it.
21 for Devin Carter. And a foul here on Dual. Well, it's been a rough night for Greg Gard and the Badgers. Providence, though, more than happy to hold serve on their home court. Oduro and the Friars having fun. All right, Mike, that's good news for Marquette for sure. They take on Illinois, 71-46. That game coming up next. Last meeting, tight one, and Marquette got the better of then number 10 Illinois. You know, last time I did a game with you, so several years ago, we saw Illinois. It was Brad Underwood's third season, and they were right on the cusp. They had Coburn and Dosunmu, and they were just starting to turn the corner. And look at the power they've turned it.
He's really done a great job there, no question about it. I remember when he first started, he said, "I want to be consistent like Michigan State." Well, he certainly accomplished that, I think, in his run.
That's who they played that.
This conference is deep. There's Joey Hesser, we mentioned him before. But what a job Kim has done with this group, too. Unselfish play.
Need to go that deep with the rotation tonight, all things considered. 4 players in double figures. The starters got the job done.
Each guy has a unique set of skill level, too. The speed, I think, of Carter is really essential in their offensive sets. He just causes people to help a little bit as he gets that pin down and curl. Good off the dribble, active feet.
Here's the scary thing. Everybody outside of Bryce Hopkins is a combined 19 for 25 from the field.
You're killing Bryce? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying.
Just a matter of fact, right?
Oh, yeah. But just goes to show, I mean, they had to key on him. He's the preseason first teamer in the conference, but the rest of the team, boy, they torch this Wisconsin D.
He's got a mismatch here with Hepburn on his dribble drive or power play if they get it to him.
Dual didn't locate him, going to take his shot and skips it off the rim. Wisconsin, meanwhile, haven't been able to nudge that shooting percentage that much higher. 32% in the second half, 29 for the game.
Look at that switch. What help by Hopkins.
Storr, put it on the deck. Gilmore flashing across the lane, spins, fades, and hits.
Pretty play. Oduro with a nice job defensively. Forced a very difficult release.
Approaching 2.5 to go. Providence will head to the Bahamas coming up. Nice little getaway this time of year.
Not a bad deal.
5 on the timer here for Duval. Floyd asking for it. Not a lot of touches for him, and the pass got away from Carter.
Got a chance.
Just short. Yeah. I thought that was just a desperation. That drew a little bit of nylon.
Pretty good look.
That's a rare miss.
They'll take him out after that.
Well, they'll get a well-deserved hand.
Yeah, Rich Barrow coming in for him. He leaves it all out. He deserves a little night's sleep.
Storr. Nice creativity with the left.
How he fits in, I think, is key. When to go, when to run their action.
Up to 20. By far the leading scorer, A.J. Storr. This will be an overback.
Too much pizzazz on that trip. Pretty good contest, too, defensively by Hepburn.
Hopkins will check out for the final time tonight.
Where they were solid.
Well, go back to your earlier point. That preparation certainly showed up early on both ends of the floor. Blackwell splashes one from mid-range.
He'll be getting more minutes. This kid's a keeper.
Got a smooth stroke.
That he does. He keeps active, too.
Wall got out of the double. Now Castro leaves it for Floyd. 3 ball off the mark. And it's out the hands of Castro. A.J. Storr racing up court. Left the bunny. Scramble for the loose ball. Providence has it as we approach the final minute.
A little lob here.
They're trying for it. Floyd off the mark with the pass. 3 from the wing. And the first time we've seen Donovan Santoro. A lot of the reserves getting some action for Providence here late in the going. The Friars will improve to 3-0 on the young season. Potential matchups against Miami or K-State in their tournament upcoming.
Timeout, but they're going to stay in play. Getting some subs in.
Should say they face K-State coming up. Could have Miami or Georgia. Opportunities.
Yeah. I feel they're capable, though. Highly competitive. Really good level of talent.
I think there was a lot of nervousness around the program. You got a guy like Ed Cooley who ran it for so long. What would be the result of him leaving? And they were very happy they were able to bring back as many players as they did. A couple of transfers come over with Kim English from George Mason. And I know it's early, but the early returns are pretty stout.
It's a great atmosphere there. As you know today, beautiful campus, great facility for practice. I think they gave McGee that little trying to strip.
Providence getting 21 from Carter, go along with 8 rebounds, 16 from Hopkins, 13 Pierre, 13 Oduro, who was perfect from the field and stuffed the box score.
Perfect in his floor play, too. Retool on the other end. Yep. Get back, get organized. Wisconsin's much better than this. But you got to come ready anymore. Always, but particularly now. New faces cropping up on each club.
Nothing is a gimme.
No.
Definitely in this era with portal the way it is, transfers change the team in short order. Late 3 here for Ilver. But it will not alter the outcome in a game that was dominated by Providence from the get-go. 72-59, the final. Bill Raftery, Alex Faust saying so long from Providence. We'll send you back to the studio in Los Angeles. Mike Hill, Casey Jacobson, guys.
Yeah, getting you ready for game.